Welcome to my fast news segment channel. You can view quick news in few minutes. At their experience, lecturer being removed from service abruptly, the students of Telangana Social Welfare Residential School and Colleges in Gauli Duddi stacked a day-long dharna in front of their institution. They demand that the state government reinstate the part-time subject associates and guest faculty who have been preparing them for IIT and NEET. 2 days ago, the state government removed around 6,500 part-time subject associates, guest faculty, part-time lecturer, and data entry operator who have working in social welfare education institution. The Telangana government has issued an order to provide free power supply to all government education institutions in the state effective immediately. According to the government order, the free power supply scheme for government education institutions will be managed through an online portal developed by Telangana Discoms. This portal will offer features such as monthly billing, consumption tracking, and detailed reports. Educational department will have access to monitor and manage their institution power usage and payments, while the portal will also integrate with the finance department for seamless bill payment. With a view to encourage farmers to go for solar energy, Chief Minister Revant Reddy has instructed the energy official to distribute a free solar pump set. He asked the official to start implementing the same as a pilot project in his native village Konda Reddipale in Nagarkurnool district. Revant, along with Deputy Chief Minister Bhatti Vikramarka, held a review meeting with energy official at the former residence in Jubilee Hills on Thursday, September 5th. Revant Reddy asked official to coordinate with other departments and consider the feasibility of generating solar energy by installing solar panel in vacant government land belonging to various government departments. He also directed the official to encourage people to use a solar stove instead of gas cylinder and to rope in the women from a self-help group for manufacturing solar stove, which he said could also be used in the tribal areas. City and ambitious project will come upon 200 acre near Hyderabad. The state-of-the-art AI city will serve as a vibrant hub for the AI ecosystem, hosting an AI advisory council supported by an AI research and collaboration network, leading universities, global corporations, and innovative startup. As per the state government, the AI city logo was unveiled by Chief Minister A. Revant Reddy at Global AI Summit 2024, which began here on Thursday. Majlis Bachao Tehreek Party has demanded a judicial inquiry into violence that rocked Jainur Mandal of Asifabad district on Wednesday, September 4th. Amjadullah Khan, MBT spokesperson, said since Assembly election 2023, the violence reported on Wednesday is the third incident, and the police have allegedly supported the mob in executing their plan. During 2023 Assembly election, the houses of Muslims were attacked because they voted for the Congress party. The second incident was reported when Muslim houses were attacked during a protest held to condemn the attack on Hindus in Bangladesh. On Wednesday, mob of 5,000 gathered and in a planned way attacked the Muslim properties and set fire shops, ransacked mosques and beat up people. The mob was armed with petrol bombs, axes, knives and lathi. The police had prior information of the gathering and well known the intention of the mob did not take any action, said Amjadullah Khan. Seasonal illness in Hyderabad, West, South and peri-urban slum have surged by 30% in August 2024 compared to July, as reported by the Helping Hand Foundation. The NGO, which operated 12 free primary healthcare clinics across over 100 slums, recorded 60,683 outpatients visited last month. The rise in patient number reflects a surge in tropical diseases driven by continuous monsoon rain, waterlogging, overflowing drains and poor sanitization. According to HHF, infectious diseases dominated the patient load, making up 38.5% of the cases. Demanding the immediate release of BRS social media in charge Konartham, Dilip from Begumpet Central Crime Station. BRS leader RS Praveen Kumar has termed the detention of Dilip as a kidnapping by police. Addressing the media after speaking with the police officer at CCS where Dilip was detained for more than 6 hours on Thursday, Praveen Kumar questioned why the police was giving a free hand to BJP workers and leaders who he alleged were spreading communal hatred on their Twitter handle like BJP for Telangana. He demanded immediate release of Dilip and action against BJP for spreading communal hatred on official Twitter handle. Cybercrime police registered an FIR against the Telugu Scribe, a regional media outlet, on Thursday, September 5 under charges of promoting enmity between a group. The FIR lodged by R. Nitish Kumar, a constable at the Cybercrime police station, accuses the Telugu Scribe of posting inflammatory content on Twitter that could incite religious tension. The company notes that the post featured disturbing clips of public property being set on fire, contributing to religious disharmony. The incident followed communal violence in Jainur, Asifa district on September 4, triggered by an alleged attempt rape of an Adivasi woman. They said a video has been deleted by Telugu Scribe. Police have registered a case, the Information Technology Act and Section 196 of the Bharatiya Navya Sanhita. In the wake of communal unrest in Jainur, State Women and Child Welfare Minister Dhanasari Anusuya alias Sitaka was confronted by BJP Mahila Morcha worker at Gandhi Hospital here on Thursday, September 5th. The minister had visited the hospital to meet the tribal woman who had been sexually assaulted by an auto driver. The BJP worker accused the state government of attempting to cover up the incident by offering money to the tribal woman. Rubbishing the allegation, Sitaka said she had come to check on the woman who had suffered severe facial injuries from the assault. The minister said a surgery was scheduled and some tests had to be conducted to determine if the woman had been raped. Later, while speaking to the reporter, Sitaka said that the guilty will be punished. She also appealed for peace to the people of Jainur. Sitaka also gave a check of rupees 1 lakh to the tribal women as a financial relief. Under the direction of BRS Chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao, Siddipet MLA and former Health Minister Harish Rao organized the delivery of essential supply of flood victims in Khammam. September 5th, in Siddipet, Rao launched the initiative to transport relief goods in a lorry. He acknowledged the support from BRS workers and voluntary organizations from the Siddipet constituency who contributed relief fund for the flood victims. Rao stated that the following KCR instruction, they were sending 200 quintals of rice, essential goods worth rupees 2,000 packets of bread and 500 blankets to those affected by the flood. He urged BRS leader and the public to step forward and assist the flood victim as a part of social responsibility. He added that BRS would extend a similar aid to flood victim in Mehabad in the next 2 to 3 days. GHMC has issued a new directive requiring developers and builders to establish creches at construction site with 50 or more employees. This move aims to address the rising concern over dog bites and stray dog attack on children of daily wage worker. According to the GHMC order, the implementation of creches is mandated under the Maternity Benefit Act 2017. The initiative is to design to provide safe space for young children and reduce their vulnerability to stray dogs incident near construction site. The Telangana Southern Power Distribution Company Limited has clarified that it has not signed any memorandum of understanding or agreement with the Adani Group. This response was provided following an inquiry filed under the Right to Information Act. Hyderabad RTI activist and founder of www.yourt In Karima Ansari has submitted the RTI application seeking information on whether any agreement existed between TSSPDCL and the Adani Group. In its official reply dated August 7, 2024, TGSPDCL explicitly confirmed that no such MOU or agreement has been established. The clarification is expected to provide reassurance to the public. Situation remained tensed, but no fresh incidents of violence was reported in Jainur Mandal in Asirabad district on Thursday, September 5th. Around 2,000 policemen are deployed in the violence-affected area under supervision of the senior police official. The Rapid Action Force was also deployed in the Mandal on Wednesday. Some persons were injured when communal violence took place after an auto rickshaw driver, Makhdoom, allegedly sexually assaulted a woman belonging to a tribal community. The police arrested the driver and remanded him to judicial custody. One call was given by the tribal organization who reached the colony housing the Muslim community and attached house and set on fire properties. A mosque was also ransacked by the Hindutva element-backed mob. Police registered a case in this regard and formed a special investigation team to probe the case. The Telangana High Court on Wednesday, September 4, issued an order preventing Hydra and others from taking an immediate action against NVA and Construction Private Limited concerning a 13.17 acre plot located in Kokatpalli village, Mershalla, Malkajgiri district. The decision plot a right petition filed by the construction company which claim Hydra is attempting to disrupt the current state of the land and is threatening a demolition on the ground that the property fall under a different survey number in Khanamit village, Edula Kunta, Srilingapalli. Terming Hyderabad as the city of the future, Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy said Telangana was ready for a future which is woven by harassing advanced technological like artificial intelligence. In arguing a two-day AI Global Summit here, the Chief Minister said nothing will change society and lives of people as a technology and innovation. Today, the greatest technology, innovation and disruption is here. It is artificial intelligence. When any new technology comes, it brings both hope and fear. Hope of how it will make our life better and fear of job losses and disruption. When we think of India and our history, we missed past industrial revolution. We were following, not leading. If we think of India future, no city is as perfectly ready for it as Hyderabad. In our city, we not only embrace the future but we also create, he said. Reddy said Telangana AI strategy is not just about adopting technology, it is about empowering our people. We believe that the true strength of AI lies in ability to augment human abilities, and we are determined to ensure that our citizens are not only consumers of AI but also active contributors to its development. Even Reddy said. Tech giant Meta on Thursday announced a 2-year partnership with the Telangana government to empower public officials and citizens with the latest technologies to enhance e-governance and citizen service. Meta will collaborate with the government to enable deployment of e-governance solution using Meta open source generative AI technologies, including the latest Llama model. This will be geared towards transforming public service delivery and e-governance along with enhancing efficiency and productivity of government departments and agencies. Meta leading open source Llama ecosystem is growing rapidly. The India Meteorological Department issuing yellow alert for 6 districts on Friday. According to IMD, issued a heavy rain is very likely to occur in isolated places in Adilabad, Jayashankar, Bhupalapalli, Mulugu, Yadadri, Kottagudem, Warangal and Hanmakonda. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman instructed the public sector insurance companies to ensure speedy settlement of claim by organizing special camp and easing the claim processes, thereby providing relief to the flood-affected people in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. According to a message posted by here on Twitter Thursday evening, She stated that the Department of Financial Services issued direction to the insurance company to extend and provide full support to the people affected by floods and to widely advertise the names and contact numbers of a nodal officer whom the policyholder have to contact for having their claim settlement. Central government and the Ministry of Finance are committed to support those affected by calamity and ensuring that they receive the necessary assistance at the earliest. Sitaramana asserted. Oblivious of the incessant rain, devotees across the city are welcoming idols of Lord Ganesha to their respective pandals with band, baja, and dhols. Meanwhile, sales of idols of varying sizes are at their peak, with the 11-day festivities slated on commence on Saturday. On their part, government agencies are ensuring that all arrangements are in place for peaceful and trouble-free celebration. A dual-paid artisan will give finishing touches to the big idol. They said that despite hindrance caused by the heavy rain, they will deliver the idol on the promised date. Following city in charge Minister Poonam Prabhakar called to the citizen to go in for a clay idol. HMD and JHMC have been distributing clay idol in various localities free of cost. Marking the Teachers' Day celebration, Deputy Chief Minister Bhatty Vikramarka Mallu on Thursday outlined the state government comprehensive plan to uplift the education sector and address the long-standing issues of teachers. He praised the effort of educators and reaffirmed the government's commitment to their welfare, emphasizing their pivotal role in shaping a progressive Telangana. He also affirmed that the Congress government commitment to consulting with the teachers when making policy decisions. While speaking at the official Teachers' Day celebration at Ravindra Bharati, Hyderabad parliamentarian Asaduddin Owaisi on Wednesday demanded that all those involved in the Jainur communal violence be booked and apparent even and insisted that no anti-social element should be allowed to take law into their hand. Mr. Owaisi was speaking to the media at the party headquarters in Darussalam, where he said that he spoke to the Director General of Police Jitendra, who assured that the situation was being close monitored. The DGP has assured me the Asiabad Superintendent of Police should normalize the situation. All those involved in the violence should be arrested, Mr. Owaisi said, adding that it was unacceptable that vandals damage property, two-wheelers and torch objects. Schools in Hyderabad and other districts of Telangana have declared holiday for Saturday, September 7th. In addition to school, college and other education institutions have also declared a holiday for tomorrow. Education institutions in Telangana have declared a holiday for Ganesh Chaturthi, which will be celebrated not only in the state but across the country on September 7th. Postal Department of Telangana is inviting application for the scholarship Deen Dayal Sparsh Yojana for the year 2024-25 from the student of class 6 to 9th from a recognized school in Telangana. Student with good academic record and pursuing philately as a hobby are eligible for the scholarship, reinforcing the effort towards increasing the reach of philately. The Department of Post have introduced a philately scholarship scheme, Deen Dayal Sparsh Yojana, for generating interest regarding philately among a student. The scholarship is rupees 6,000 and will be paid at rupees 1,500 on a quarterly basis for 10th student in each classes for 1 year. Interested student may submit their application in the prescribed format to Office of the Senior Superintendent of Post Office, Secunderabad Division, Hyderabad 500080 under the jurisdiction of Secunderabad Postal Division by September 13. Detailed guidelines and application form are available at www.indiapost.gov.in. Watch the channel, press the bell icon to get latest notification of news. Like, share and subscribe my channel.